And so that was one of the annoying things that I found in this America, because dressing up is part of life. I'm Nigerian, so that's part of the spice of life. When you just put on that bag and you put on that shirt, you now deck the wig, everybody will be like, baby girl. But in this America, oh yeah, necessary. It is not necessary. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eniola, but you can call me the Global MC. I'm an international journalist based in South Bend, Indiana in the United States of America. And on this video, I'm going to be sharing some tips that I found helpful and during my move to the US and during my stay in the US so far, and some of the things that I hope will also be useful to you, whether you're deciding to move to the US or whether you're about to move to the US, whether you're already in the US. And you can also share this video with any person you feel this will be able to benefit, okay? So do the needful, comment, share, like, subscribe, all the great YouTube things, and let's get the show on the road. I think the first thing for me was fashion. You know, I was like, I'm coming to America to kill them. They will know what African Nigerian fashion is all about. And so I packed my box full with all sorts of things. Well, ladies and gentlemen, all those clothes, by the end of year one, I had either thrown them away or hadn't worn them since I had brought them with me to the United States. So that space that I could have used for other valuable things, I don't know that I had other valuable things, but anyway, I could have used that space for something else instead of clothes, because the way they dress here, they're not even really trying to impress anybody. They just wear like shorts and like jeans and tops. No, nobody's like really dressing fancy. It's very rare for you to even find somewhere to go that you need to dress up. And so that was one of the annoying things that I found in this America, because dressing up is part of life. I'm Nigerian, so that's part of the spice of life. When you just put on that bag and you put on that shirt, you now deck the wig, everybody will be like, baby girl. But in this America, oh yeah, necessary. It is not necessary, okay? All of that is not necessary in America. If you need to pack food in your box, do that instead. Just bring the bare minimum clothes that you need, because once you get here, once you get familiar with the fashion, with the trends in America, you also update your wardrobe accordingly. So don't even bother sewing anything new to come to America. By the time it's time to wear it, you'll be fatter. I just have to tell you now, you'll be fatter by the time it's time to wear that dress. Just try cautiously and save your money and use it wisely. Number 2, make sure you bring some cash with you. I know some people only do card transactions, but you're moving to a new country. Make sure you bring some actual dollars with you. Don't bring only Naira, because I don't know why you would do that. I seriously do not know why. Make sure you know how much you need for that first 1 to 3 months while you're still, maybe getting settled, if that's how long it takes you to get settled. But bring some cash with you. My recommendation is at least 1,500 for whatever, depending on the city you're also going to, because some cities are more expensive than others. My rent in Austin, Texas was $500. So with 1.5, that could take care of rent for 3 months. But obviously, you know that you still have to buy other things, which leads me to my next point. To not hear stories that touch. Make a list of all the things you want to actually buy once you get to America. And another tip is 3-in-1 tip, okay? 3-in-1. Make sure you look for a furnished apartment as opposed to just a bare apartment, because you do not even want to get into the hassle and hustle of having to buy furniture and then ship it to your house and then assemble all the furniture, especially if you're a student. If you're an undergrad, maybe, but because you're an undergrad, I think that's also too young for you to be stressing yourself out like that. So furnished apartments are definitely the way to go. That's one of the amenities, or one of the characteristics of the apartment that they will list. If it's unfurnished, they will also say unfurnished. So look out for that. Furnished apartments if you're an international student moving to the US, to avoid stories that touch. And then write a list of the things you think you will need. So your pillows, your bed sheets, your towels. If you want to bring towels from Nigeria or wherever you're coming from, that's also okay. But towels, laundry soap, plates, cutlery, dinnerware, dishware, all of those things. Your pots, if you plan to be cooking. Those are some of the blankets. Heater, because I can't stand the cold. I need heat, so a space heater was very important to me. And because it's a shared apartment that I got as well, that's why my rent was $500. Lol. Yes, a shared apartment, so there were 3 other people in my apartment. And because you're sharing apartments with people you've never really lived with before, they may like the temperature colder than you would want it. And so begins the struggle. So you want to make sure that if you did not win the struggle today, you can go into your room and actually put on your space heater, okay? So don't forget that. Number 1, find a furnished apartment. Number 2, make sure you write a list of all the things that you think you would need to buy once you get to the US. And number 3, don't forget to come with some cash, at least 3 months supply of cash if you can. Then the next point is for people who are using Google Play. My brothers and my sisters, Google Play showed me Pepe. If you know what Pepe means, it's Atarodo. It is a... Yes, they showed me Pepe. My Google Play refused to update countries. So for at least 2 years while I was in the United States, while I've been here, my Google Play was still Nigerian Google Play. And so because of that, I was not able to download some of my banking apps that I needed to bank in the US. For instance, I was banking with UFCU and Chase, and I was not able to download those apps. And so every time I needed something, I had to actually go into a physical bank, which is super annoying. Listen, banking in America is not the same as banking in Nigeria. I feel we have it good. I know we complain, and I don't know what it is in other parts of the world, but for Nigeria, I think we have it good. There may be lines, there may be, some annoying situation, but those people are actually on top of their game. I think so. You can argue with me in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you've, experienced the different banking systems. This is not a banking review, so moving on. My Google Play did not update to American Google Play for a long time, and so I had to always go into the banks to do whatever business that I needed to do. So that's one thing that you might want to keep in mind. Just try to change your Google Play while you're still in Nigeria. Another thing you should also note is that you can only change your Google Play country once in a year. So you need to make sure, I've actually gotten my visa to the US before you change. Did I send you a rejection letter? They cannot send you a rejection letter because they'll tell you at the embassy. But anyway, make sure that you know where you're headed before you change your Google Play country, because that's the currency that they're also gonna begin to charge you in. And because my Google Play refused to, update to American Google Play for a few years, I was still being charged in Naira for some of the subscriptions that I had, which was fantastic, given the exchange rates that has been all over the place, haywire. So that was a good thing for me, and it worked out in the end because it's changed now and I'm able to download all of the apps that I need. So thankful for that. Something else you want to keep in mind is your laptop. If you're coming to the US, if you can afford to buy a new laptop, that would be best, because everybody in the America, or at least from my own experience, everybody in my program, they had a really nice laptop and they were able to work efficiently, and they were able to do whatever they needed to do from wherever they were. But for me, I came to America with a raggedy laptop. That laptop has seen better days. Like that laptop, like it was from my days in Unilag. Mind you, I graduated Unilag 2016, by the way. And so that laptop was the same laptop that I used for my final year paper in University of Lagos. And the very first day or evening or afternoon that I got that laptop, so it mysteriously broke. Somebody mysteriously broke it. All of a sudden, nobody knew who broke it. And that's how it started. But anyway, that's the laptop I brought to America, and it just did not work for the amount of work that I was doing, because I was also taking a data class, and so I needed to install Visual Studio Code, and that laptop was just so slow. It was so slow. It was not moving as I wanted. I needed to download and work on, Premiere Pro and some of the other Adobe software. That laptop was just slowing me down. So most of the time I had to always go back to school or go to my class if I had an assignment that I had to work on. And that was just honestly so uncomfortable for me to do that all the time. So by the end of my first semester, that's how I used about $1,000 to buy a laptop in the US. And it was also a great deal because I waited till, Black Friday to get a great deal for a laptop. So if you don't come to America with a good laptop and you need to buy one, I feel like you should definitely wait for Black Friday to make any big purchases. In fact, all of my purchases, I try to time them with Black Friday because I need to get those deals. I cannot be giving anybody free money, okay? So make sure you get wise with your money, because people are gonna try to, not people, it's just the way the world is. The world is gonna try to take your money, so you need to wisen up and figure out how to really conserve and get the best bang out of your buck, especially as you are living in the United States. And one final thing to keep in mind is the foreign exchange timeline. In Nigeria, the Central Bank of Nigeria uses something called Form A to, help students who are studying abroad get access to a cheaper rate, or the government approved rate, which is usually cheaper than what the black market is. But the problem is that takes about 3 months to actually come through, and black markets is like just right there. But it's like another additional 5 or 7 million naira to get what you could have gotten for maybe 2, 3 million, 4 million at the CBN. Will cost you much more on the black market. So you want to make sure that you and whoever your sponsor is has the timeline on track, so you're not ending up making late payments or being in disarray when it's time to pay school fees and then you're not allowed to register for your courses. It's a whole lot of stress that you do not need to be entering, and because of that you may now enter a loan agreement that is just absolutely unfavorable to you. So my advice would be negotiate or communicate with the people who are sponsoring your education. And if nobody is, if it's yourself, you want to make sure that you're keeping on top of the foreign exchange timelines for whatever country you're coming from. I'm sure different countries have different timelines and what the process is for accessing foreign exchange for studies or for education. All of those things are some of the things you need to begin to think about. Those are my biggest tips for you today. I'm going to give a rundown of them. Number 1, I said, don't bother bringing a box full of clothes. You're going to most likely throw them out or grow out of them really, really fast. Number 2, make sure you come with a lot of cash. Not a lot of cash, but at least 3 months worth of cash. Number 3, make a list of all the things you think you would need once you actually get to the US, so that you're not spending money anyhow. You need to be thinking as you're calculating the money that you're going to be spending when you go out. So make a list so that everybody will be calm and your money will be elongated. That's my 5 cents. Number 4, look for furnished apartments as opposed to unfurnished apartments, because you don't want to go through the stress of looking, of buying furniture when you're just trying to study for 1 or 2 years. You don't know what you're gonna do after that. So try your best to look for a furnished apartment, and also cheap. You don't need anything fancy. My room in my apartment in Austin was $500, so that's a great price point for me and for you too. Maybe not for you if you're like a $10 daughter, but for me, $500 was great. Capiche? Number 5, check in with your Google Play to see if you can easily change the country to the US or whatever country you're going into, and then if you're going out of your country, make sure that you just know you're on top of all the things that you need to be on top of in regards to your digital presence as well. Number 6, try your possible best to bring or to come to America with a new laptop, or with a laptop that can actually do a lot of work and has a lot of RAM or ROM and a lot of space, because there's a lot of programs that you will need to download. There's a lot of files that you need to save. For instance, as a journalist, I worked with Visual Studio Code, I worked with Adobe products, Premiere Pro, Photoshop, InDesign, and some other ones. So you want to make sure that the laptop that you're bringing has the capacity to work the way that you need it to work. And otherwise, if you do not bring a good laptop, wait till Black Friday to get a really good deal on a really good laptop. And finally, keep an eye on the foreign exchange timeline. Keep an eye on what's happening in your home country with, just whatever the foreign exchange process is for students studying abroad, because you do not want to be caught on fresh, okay? You want to stay on top of that. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I very, very, very much appreciate all the people who watched the last episode. I was so excited. Over 300 views at the moment as I'm recording this. So thank you to every single person who's liked, who's shared, who's commented, and who's subscribed. You guys are the real MVPs. And when the money starts rolling in, just send me your addresses, okay? Send me your addresses, because it's gonna be an Owambe party on the internet, okay? Okay? Alright guys, next time on my channel, I'm going to be talking about some of the things that almost made me cry and some of the things that actually made me cry. So you wanna I don't know if you wanna stick around for that, because they may be sad. But anyway, you wanna empathize with me. I'm no longer there. I'm great now, but I will talk about those things. And you can send me some roses or some flowers. But this has been great. Thank you guys. And I'll see you next time.